Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, India's only daily television platform for small businesses. Over the past 7 years, we've understood what matters most to you, the entrepreneur. And in year 8, we're taking head-on 2 of your most pressing concerns, that of funding and mentoring. I'm Sananda Jayaseelan. On the show tonight, 2 small giants. First up is Pee Safe. On the other side of a break is Hey Deedee. Our first small giant tonight is with a company that's tackling India's health issues brought on by unsanitary conditions. Do take a listen to this interview that Revathi Roy did with the founders of Pee Safe to understand what one really needs to do when it comes to tackling these issues, how they've done that, particularly focusing on markets which are both in the urban and semi-urban communities. Take a listen.
Thank you so much for giving your time here with us on Leaders of Tomorrow. Well, you started Pee Safe with the launch of the toilet seat sanitizer, but now you have expanded your range of products. So talk to us about the variety of products that you're offering under Pee Safe.
You know, of course, we started as a toilet seat sanitizer spray, but the idea was to become a world's leading feminine hygiene company, or you can say that personal hygiene. That's why if you see all our products have safe around it. So be it Pee Safe, Palm Safe, Pollution Safe, or a Mosquito Safe. But the maximum product which we brought in was under feminine hygiene category. So it started with Pee Safe, and then we come out with many other products as well.
What can you tell us about those products, briefly?
Yeah, so after Pee Safe, we had the all-natural Ayurvedic feminine wash or a vaginal wash. Then we have the panty liners, underarm sweat pads. Very recently, December last year, we launched our period cramp relief roll-on, and that has become a craze, and we have sold over 100,000 units in a couple of months. Then recently in February, to add to the sustainable menstruation product, we launched our 100% organic tampons, and these are biodegradable as well. So these are the products we are coming in, and we are looking into expanding our product range more.
You're associated with a number of innovative social awareness campaigns. So talk to us about what the campaigns are and how are you creating social awareness?
You know, when you launch a product which is new in category, when nobody has heard of, you really have to think out of the box. And we have done many campaigns, which has we got many people have appreciated it. One such campaign was we tied up with the WaterAid India, and we came out with a rap music, a rap song. And for each and every order which we were receiving on our platform, we were donating 10 rupee to WaterAid India, who were in turn helping the Swachh Bharat campaign by building up sustainable toilets and other stuff. Apart from this, we were one of the first startups to associate with a big budget movie like the Toiletic Prem Katha. We were the hygiene partner for Femina Miss India. We have been doing washroom branding in a few malls across Delhi and Gurgaon, where if you go to any of the malls in a female washroom, you'll find a 300 milliliter Pee Safe bottle there to use it. In Pune, what we have done is there is a her toilet buses, it's the station buses. Actually, these are the old scrapped buses converted into women toilet. So we are helping them by branding our product in those buses and offering them to use before they sit. So they're known as a sanitized washroom.
You raised $1 million in the year 2017 as a seed round, and then you raised $1 million in February 2018, which was convertible debentures. How have you utilized the funds in your business?
Being a typical FMCG company, you need more and more money. The first fundraise which we did in 17, we used the money to reach out to maximum cities. From being a North Indian, only Delhi-based offline player, we reached out to metros using the first raise. We used money to expand our team, our sales team, and our digital footprint. The second raise really helped us reach out to close to 30 plus cities. We used that money to raise a substantial amount of interest on online platform, and of course we use the money to expand our product growth. So of course money is important, and I wish we would have raised more.
Well, speaking about you raising more funds, you've recently raised a round of substantial funding, and help us understand how are you going to utilize these funds to expand the business?
We have used our safe category very predominantly, and we want to use the money to expand more product categories, to go to more cities, and of course our overseas plan. So we'll be using the money first for the team, for marketing, for awareness build-up, for campaigns, and of course for international sales.
Pee Safe started essentially as a B2C company, but you have an extensive presence in the B2B market as well. So help us understand the breakup of the revenue which you're getting from the B2C and the B2B market.
In terms of percentage, I can say that we are close to now 10 to 12% of our sales coming through B2B. And if I talk about the channels, it's basically the corporates, the malls. We have seen a lot of restaurants. We have seen a lot of event planners, wedding planners for the destination weddings. So they have started keeping Pee Safe or gifting Pee Safe. We have many gifting companies. They are using Pee Safe as a appreciation towards women employees.
We were talking about the Swachh Bharat campaign. Do you see that enough is being done on the part of the government, or something else needs to be done?
See, government, they are doing their part in terms of Swachh Bharat. I'm a big fan of it, but of course it's a debatable issue, and people talk about what is happening, what is not. But I can see cleanness across India, especially in small towns. Government are building up sustainable toilets, more towards the Indian style toilets rather than Western style, where Pee Safe is used on a Western style toilets. I think our role will come when the maintenance of these toilets will comes in. But we are really looking forward to partner with government and to help them in sanitizing the toilet seats.
Great. Speaking a little bit about how the tier 2 and the tier 3 market look at a product like this, do you see that there is enough awareness which is being created in not a metropolitan, but a tier 2 and a tier 3 city?
No, you'll be surprised to know our tier 2 cities are sometimes doing better than metros. I can take an example of Dehradun, city like Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, Siliguri, Meerut. They have been doing amazingly well, because people aspire to become tier A or go to the tier A towns, and for them to adopt a product is very easy. So we use our marketing platform. We use Instagram and Facebook very effectively, where these our TG, which lies between age group of 18 to 35, they study in cities, and when they go back, they spread the product to their relatives, to their family, and that is how we see the growth in our product in these cities.
You were speaking of your presence in pharmacies, and the products under Pee Safe are essentially healthcare products. So help us understand the kind of quality check that you are ensuring, and what are the set standards that you follow?
All the products under Pee Safe are under OTC, so we don't have any strict statutory requirement, but we ensure that wherever we get this manufactured under the contract manufacturing, they all have GMP certification. We take care of all the products which comes into our warehouse. They are checked, and we have a quality control. So we take care of our expiration date, we take care of our any kind of damages, if it's sealed, not sealed, everything which we take care of as per the quality standard. And the products which are so widely used by women and for the intimate care, we really have to be very, very strong on our quality.
Absolutely. Recently, there are startups who are venturing into the women healthcare space. So help us understand that how are you going to maintain foothold?
I was getting bored sitting alone in this category, especially in the toilet seat sanitizer category. And unless and until the category expands, the awareness won't. So I always welcome people to come and innovate in this category, especially in the feminine hygiene or the personal hygiene category. You need people to come to innovate, and this will really help us because we are and will always be remembered as the first mover. And because what we do is we keep on improving our product, our fragrances, our unit of measurements, and the way we have came out with different products over the last 6 to 8 months, I think that has left everyone surprised. We still have many products coming on our way, and I think we will always make that a distance from anybody who's coming behind us.
Thank you so much for giving your time.
Thank you for having me.
Our second small giant tonight is Hey Deedee. That though is coming up on the other side of the short break. Just stay tuned. Welcome back. You're with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow. Our second small giant in focus tonight is Hey Deedee. Logistics is often considered an all-male domain, but Hey Deedee is challenging that with its fleet of women drivers and riders. Mansi Chokse has more on the story. Take a listen.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show. You are a woman entrepreneur who's running a business with an all-women setup, with all your employees and staff being women. Tell us something, how you started with Hey Deedee, and what are the core ethos of your company?
So thank you for having me on the show. Way back in 2007, I had started my first company, which was the first ever women's cab service, driven by women for women. So my circumstances were such that I had to do something to support my family. And that's when I decided that I would do what I did best. And what was that? I was very good at driving. I'm a professional rally driver. So for me, the natural thing to do where I did not need somebody to teach me that skill was driving.
Okay.
So I thought, it's a non-paying job for me right now because I was simply dropping my friends home. So I decided to convert that into a profession where I could earn money, and along with that, I thought if this became successful, then I could actually empower other women with this skill and make them start earning.
What are the core ethos of your company?
It is creating employment. That's the first thing that I want to do, actually. I really, in the next 5 years, want to create a lack of jobs for women in the field that I am in, which is logistics. And skilling the girls is extremely important, because what we're talking about here is not just a job where you're going and selling something, which also needs a lot of training. But here I'm talking of a completely technical training, which is actually you're learning a vehicle, learning how to ride and how to drive a vehicle. So for me, it is skilling, creating employment, and making them financially stand on their own feet.
Tell us about the different cities in which you have Hey Deedee's presence right now.
So we started with one small 50 square feet office and one me and one girl who we decided that she knows how to ride, and she also had a two-wheeler of her own. So we said, chalo, let's start with this. And I realized that business is there. You know, even with one girl, we had 5 clients calling us and saying that, you know, why don't you, we want a delivery person. And they were very happy to take a girl. So that's how we started in Mumbai. And it's now 3.5 years. We moved moved as in we spread our wings to Bangalore, then we spread to Nagpur. We're today in 10 cities. And those 10 cities also include 2-tier cities. So we are in Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Nagpur, Nasik, Jharkhand, which includes Jamshedpur and Ranchi. We are in Madhya Pradesh, which includes Bhopal and Indore. We are in Amritsar, and we are just going to start Uttar Pradesh. Lucknow we will start.
What were some of the biggest challenges you faced while recruiting women drivers, and how did you overcome them?
See, typically any girl coming out of the house, I mean, you know, let's not talk of just our girls, but primarily any girl who is wanting to step out and work is a little more difficult than a guy coming out for whatever reasons. I mean, if she's married, she has to figure, and if she has kids, even more. She has to really figure whether what the children will eat if she's not at home when the children reach home. It's a difficult job. So for us, the first challenge is, how do we mobilize? We really have to mobilize. We have to do capacity building. We have to also understand that there's going to be a huge leaky bucket. There will be a huge attrition. So we've built, you know, over the years, now I've been in this field for 12 years now. Over 12 years, we have tried to build models where all these problems can be mitigated. So one of the biggest challenges is human resources. That's one of the biggest problems. Second is finance. I mean, you know, as like any entrepreneur would say that merely having an idea is not going to get you to run the business. So we actually have to be able to execute it. And execution is the key to anything. I mean, you may have hundreds of ideas, but you have to really, you know, manage to execute it. Also, if you from the beginning as an entrepreneur, which I have also learned over the years, as an entrepreneur, I think if you realize that this is not your cup of tea, this you can't do well, and you need to hire people to do this well, it's half the battle won.
So coming back to the part of safety, women's safety is a huge issue in the country. How do you manage or ensure the safety of your girls while they're on road, especially when they're working out of cities which are not as accommodating and huge as Mumbai or any other metro, perhaps Kolkata or Bangalore? How do you manage that? And what can government do to ensure the safety of women so that they can get out of their house and start working?
So as a part of our training program, we have a very elaborate and a very extensive training program which every girl goes to before she joins us, which includes a 3-week martial arts program also. So that is physical safety.
Right.
Now, in the kind of business that we are in, there are multiple problems. The girls go to deliver things at home. So we have to train them not to enter the house. We have to tell them not to give their personal phone numbers. So there are a lot of these things which you have to actually get them trained on. So that's the training that we do. Now, as regards what the government can do, I think they are doing. I mean, you know, it's not that they're not. I think the very fact that there are street cameras across probably every street now, which is Mumbai, Bangalore, they definitely have it. And if we are talking of safety in terms of the girls riding or driving a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler and going for jobs, what's the safety that they can have on the road? First of all, they really need to follow all the rules. That's one of the most important things. If they don't follow the rules and then they get into an accident, it's really not the government's job. I mean, we're training them to do whatever they do. We do have our GPS systems. All our vehicles are equipped with GPS. And we know where they are going. They're tracked on kilometers, they're tracked on time, they're tracked on which delivery they have finished, because on a hourly basis, we are checking the number of deliveries they do. So we have a very WhatsApp system which goes on the phones. And they're all given those phones, they're called MPOS phones. So they're all given those phones where on a minute-to-minute basis, they have to actually tell us what deliveries are done, where are they, everything is being tracked.
Since you said that logistics is a very challenging sector when it comes to women who are trying to start a business in that sector, what advice would you give to women entrepreneurs who are looking at logistics to start a business?
For a woman to start any business, first of all, you need to believe in yourself that you can do it. Also, you have to believe that you can succeed and you will succeed. That self-doubt shouldn't be there. I think for entrepreneurs, any entrepreneur, I mean, woman or man, self-doubt will kill you.
Out of 58.5 million entrepreneurs in India, only 14% are women entrepreneurs. So what are the factors? What is restraining women back from venturing into businesses or to start something of their own?
Any of these segment women, if they decide to come out and want to become an entrepreneur, the family kind of first disapproves and doubts.
Sure.
So that risk as a family, I think the family is not willing to take the risk, was not willing. I mean, I would say rather things are improving now. They will have to start building that confidence amongst the families, amongst the ecosystem that is there. We have to build an ecosystem around them that yes, you can come out. And today it's happening. Mm-hmm. There are incubators, there are platforms for girls, women to come out and say that I have an idea, I want to do this. So I think it's getting a little better, but it's not that just because you got up one fine day and you thought of an idea and somebody's going to grab it. It doesn't happen. It's very hard. It's very hard to be an entrepreneur. So you have to have the stability, you have to have the perseverance.
What were some of the biggest challenges you faced while recruiting women drivers, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, so ours is a very elaborate 45-day program for two-wheelers and a 90-day program for four-wheelers. So in both these programs, it's a skilling model. At the back end of the front-end logistics company that I run, which is Hey Deedee, at the back end I have a skilling center. So in the skilling center, we have classroom training, which prepares you for going and giving the test to get a license, to get a learner's license. Because you have to now give everything online. After that, we have a simulator. So on the simulator, we teach for the first 8 days, 10 days, and then they actually move on the road for on-road training. Because like I said, it's a high-risk thing. You're actually on the road training, on the vehicle itself. So instead of putting them on the day one on-road training, we actually acclimatize them with what is a brake, what is an accelerator, what is, the clutch. To kind of helps them to understand what the vehicle is all about, because a lot of them probably have never even sat in a vehicle, leave aside driving. So it's like for us, it is giving wings to their dreams. But I can bet that my girls are the safest drivers on the road.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much.
That's our show tonight. If you have any feedback for us, do let us know. Our contact details coming up on your screens in just a moment. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.